Dawn, obviously 98 points on offense and a 60 point something win, but the defense that you guys had specifically on Petty, just what was that as a point of emphasis and what made it work so well?
I mean, it was a point of emphasis. Obviously, she has big game capability, and I mean, we just want to limit her production, make it hard for her, throw a lot of bodies at her that can do various things, and I thought they did a really good job at just taking away her space, her ability to be athletic and quick and create mismatches with her quickness.
We just heard from Ashlin about what that dunk meant to her and obviously how those things are growing the sport of women's basketball. But there's always going to be naysayers for any sort of things. I got a reply from someone saying that this isn't a narrative that we should be pushing or celebrating. Why should the sport be celebrating things like this?
I mean, everything we do should be celebrated, just like a sport. Just like a sport. Like we celebrate dunks in the men's game. We celebrate made three-pointers in the men's game. We celebrate assists. We talk about turnovers, talk about bad basketball. It's all a part of the game, and it should be. I mean, dunking isn't an anomaly. We dunk. We dunk in our game. I mean, Ashlin's got 2 in her career, I believe, and probably an attempt. So it's part of our game. Can it grow our game? I don't think it's anything new. So it's a part of our game, which is normalizing it.
Here in the front, and then
Coach,
Is it hot in here, y'all?
very, yes.
God, dog. I thought it was me.
Oh, no, it's all of us. Raven Johnson had 6 assists tonight. I think Tahina had 5. So with your 2 point guards combining for 11 assists, what exactly does that kind of do to unlock, I guess, your ceiling on offense?
I mean, anytime our lead guards are able to complete passes and have low turnovers, it creates an edge. Powell, I know Powell had 3 in the first half. Raven didn't have any. So when you look at their ratio, it's a pretty good ratio. And then, I mean, they scored too. Raven scored some points for us, so she was balancing what she does out there on the floor and not look just to pass. And when we have that kind of balance, it really helps our overall performance.
Coach, earlier this year you talked about wanting Tessa to be a little bit more comfortable in her shot because she was a good shooter. She could shoot. Sometimes she just didn't take shots that she probably could make. And then she made her first 3 threes tonight. How do you feel she's improving confidence-wise in that regard?
She's doing great. I mean, she's doing great on both sides of the basketball. We know she can shoot the ball. We know she can score. I thought the last couple of games she's been very, very aggressive. Maybe not efficient, but good shots. They were good shots that didn't go in, and we just need to continue her progression of being aggressive. I think she's doing some great things defensively. I think she's deceptive when it comes to that side of the basketball, but she's really, really impactful. She's turning out to be a really nice player for us, like really maturing in a nice way.
Ashlin was in here saying how much more comfortable she feels when this team's playing fast when they're getting out in transition. Do you notice that in her? And I guess why do you think that might be the case, that maybe this team's more comfortable playing fast?
I mean, they like to play fast because they're selfish players, and they get a rise out of, making everybody feel good, almost to a fault. Like we had some turnovers with people just trying to make a great play, and we really have to take what the defense gives us. I don't think we need to really be calculated when it comes to spectacular plays. And we got to know there's a time and place for it, because I do think they'll do it whether we're up 40 or down 10. And that's just, down 10 is not the place that you want spectacular. You just want a bucket.
Dawn, what was it like having Vice President Harris here this morning, and what kind of an impact do you think that has on you and your team?
I mean, it's super cool. Like, Yeah, that was the first time I've ever met her in person. I was in a room with her before, but never got a chance to personally meet her and talk to her. And you sometimes forget they're people, and we look at them like royalty. Because I did. I'm like, and then when she, and I got a little emotional because I know what she represents for women, for black women, for being the first. Like when you're the first, you get it all. You get the good, the bad, the ugly, and you have to embrace it. And I do think that her strength is very evident, and I need our players to see the strength of that kind of woman. I know they see me and they see our coaching staff in this realm, but they don't see, strong women probably outside of their households, out in the world. Like, she's second in command, of the free world. Like, seriously, like, that's huge. And for her to, want to take time out of her day, because she could have easily gotten on, Air Force Two, and it's two of them that travel. She could have got on one of them, and head on back to D.C. and continue to try to make the world a better place. But she chose to come to speak to not only our team, but she spoke to Kentucky, wanting to speak to Kentucky, like wanting them to, and I think her reach is really far. I wanted our players to feel that and understand that they can do the unimaginable. But doing the unimaginable, you take hits for it. Like, I'll probably take hits for the post. I'm gonna post some more because I got a cool picture of her, of her and I. I mean, who wouldn't want to meet her? Probably some other people that's gonna post under my picture, but seriously, like, wherever you draw the line politically, you wouldn't want to meet the Vice President of the United States. You wouldn't want to meet the President of the United States. I mean, it's not that deep. Like, these are experiences that not very many people get. I'm glad our players got a chance to experience her.
Yeah. How did you see your team react to getting the chance to meet Vice President Harris, and what's the significance of it happening on MLK Day?
Well, I thought they were great. Like, I thought they really understood what was happening, and they were great in the moment. I don't think she would come if it wasn't for MLK Day, because she was here doing the speech at an MLK breakfast. But it's special. You really get to reflect on the works of Martin Luther King. That's what he saw, and that's what he spoke about, and it allows us to keep his legacy going, and also support someone that looks like me, like, and I just think that's a pretty cool moment. I don't get starstruck a whole lot. I do with, like, presidents and vice presidents. Like, I think they're the coolest, because you see Secret Service, like 60 Secret Service men and women walking around. We couldn't leave the building after our pregame, and then finally I got a chance to leave the building, and there's like 100 cars lined up, like, ready for her to exit the building, and I'm taking video of it, and I mean, it's just cool to see the inner workings of it.
And back to Amanda. Coach, you had 6 players score in double figures tonight, a common theme for this team. And when you look at your nation-leading stats, they're all team stats. What's so special about this team that everyone can find success and make an impact?
I mean, it's just that. I mean, they are connected. They have great chemistry. They work hard in practice. Sometimes it's forced for them to work hard, but I do think they have a really good understanding of what needs to happen out there on the floor and how disciplined we need to be in order for us to share in these successes. And that is not, that's not you being the number one team in the country and the winning. That's aside from that. I do believe that we play good basketball. I do believe we got the potential to play bad basketball. And we just try to really highlight, both of them because they're both very, very contagious. And go ahead. You good.
Ashlin was in here before you, and you know her personality. She kind of shrugged it off. Was like, this is what I do. You said this is part of the game, but describe what it's like seeing the girl you recruited from Cardinal Newman to translating on the biggest stage with the bright lights, the defensive play, and then the dunk. What's that like as a coach to see that flourish?
She's normalized it for us. I saw her pick up the ball, and I'm like, okay, she's gonna dunk. Like seriously, it's perfectly scripted. That's what she's done. I'm gonna tell her to impress me and do it in the half court. I do have, but she's normalized it, and I'm happy we're at that place where, yes, the fans get really excited about it, but we see her do it in practice. We see her doing it in the game. I think it's cool and it being normal for us.
Thank you. In your experience with 14 turnovers by your team, but you outscore the other team 34-0 off turnovers, have you ever been in a game where you had 14 turnovers or more but did not allow any points off turnovers?
Doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it. There was some bad turnovers though, right? There was some that's bad. Well, we did a good job at defending them, which is a really good quality to have. So staggering stat, I didn't really look at it good, but thanks for pointing it out. Thank you.